Good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning fast start training for ZJ International. My name is Fred Holmes. I hope you were enjoying the musical interlude before we started. Just wanted to make sure you all knew I was here. And yes, I had the camera off so that you didn't have to see me dancing. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. We're going to take a quick look and see who's joined us. Of course, Mary's here. Good to see you, Mary. I see Kevin is here as well. And what we're going to do this morning is we're going to go over what I was introduced to over 30 years ago when I first left my career as a cross-country truck driver, joined a network marketing company. Probably the most important thing that I was exposed to two issues. Number one, I got to work directly with people that had made, well, millions in the industry. So I got to learn how to do this as a professional. The second thing, and this is key to understanding, is the reason those folks had made so much money is they had a simple, duplicatable system. And I was introduced to the concept of the Saturday morning fast start training. And what I saw at that point in time was a simple system. It looked like it would work, and I thought I could do it. And I encourage you to grab your journal, grab your notebook. I always have one available to me. In the beginning, my journals were, spiral notebooks, spiral-bound notebooks. You can get them for, like, back then, 50 cents a piece or something like that. And so I encourage you to have that with you. Do what I did. I wrote down that outline. And ever since that first time, I have built my business. ZJ International is now my third multi-level opportunity. I've built my business following these concepts of a simple, duplicatable system. If it's I'll show you my notes for today. If it's something you can put down on one page of paper, it's a simple system. And what you want to be able to impart is that it's simple, that your new person believes it'll work and they can do it, because it's one of the foundational concepts of success. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. And so we want our new people to see this, and here's really what's important is people will duplicate what you do. If your system is complicated, time-consuming, the average person can't do it, or they don't believe they can do it, then that's what your team members are going to duplicate. If it's a simple system, looks like it'll work, looks like I can do it, then your people will duplicate that. And so let me just take a quick look here. Yes, good morning, Kristen. It's good to see you. Now, and certainly feel free, there's a question and answer section to this webinar broadcast. There's a chat section. If you have questions or whatever, write them down, and I'm going to go through this information. We'll take about 30 minutes or so, and then I'd like to use the balance of the time for working directly with the team. So again, looks simple, looks like it'll work. I think I can do it. And so this is what really got me to believe that I could be successful in this profession, because what they told me is if I do a little bit of this, of the system, I will make some money. If I do a little bit more, I'll make more money. And if I do a lot of this over a period of time, I could get rich. And I was looking for a way to create, a substantially above average income, to have the time freedom to be with my son as he was growing up, to provide for his needs. And frankly, as a cross-country truck driver, there wasn't anybody out there that was offering me a $100,000 a year job with a flexible schedule, right? But network marketing has fulfilled on all of those promises. So new person, what they really want to do is they want to know, what do we do and how do we do it? And that's the system. So what do we do? In your notes, 3 things. We share our product with other people. We share our income opportunity, and we teach others to do the same. Share the product, share the opportunity, teach others to do the same. Now, that's it. See, that's so simple that the average person believes they can do it. This doesn't take, years of training to learn this. Now, is it going to take a period of time to become a professional and build an above average income? Of course it is. Okay? Nobody joins Zija or any other network marketing company and they're a overnight success story. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't happen in Zija. What I'm saying is I guarantee you, if somebody's an overnight success story, they have already at some point in time before this become successful, have gone through the personal development, have gone through the development of the success principles. Doesn't have anything to do with network marketing. They're going to be successful based upon their personal development. And I tell people the only difference between me and you is time and personal development. That's the only difference. Okay. Years ago, I was a cross-country truck driver. I could make, 30, maybe even $40,000 a year. I'm not a truck driver anymore. Okay. Could still drive a truck. However, over the years, there's been a tremendous amount of personal development, and that's what creates this environment. So let's start at the beginning. What do? We share the product, share the opportunity, teach others to do the same. Now, let's break it down a little bit. How do we share the product? Because the objective in sharing the product is to create customers, right? So, number one, in your notes, we use the product. Number two, we talk to people. And number three, we share the stories, ours and others, of results on the product. So, first step is use the product. Now, the reason for this is very simple. If you're using the product, you have personal product results, you're going to speak about the product from an entirely different perspective because of your own personal results on the product. People communicate with feelings, not with words. You can say words, but people are going to pick up on how you feel about what you're saying. So don't expect to sell products that you're not using because you're not able to communicate your personal experience on the product. All right, this is really a key point. People communicate with feelings, not with words. Now, second step is talking to people. This is pretty simple. You're going to have to share the Zija product story. Okay, you're going to have to share it with others. Write it in your notes. Nobody's going to walk up to your door on Saturday morning, bang on that door and say, hey, you guys got any Zija in there? I might like to buy some. No, you're going to have to talk to people. And I'm going to talk a little bit about I'm going to break that down more on how to have a large number of people to talk to. And then finally, what do? You share the stories. See, most people think that the right way to sell the product is to talk about, the ingredients, 90 verifiable ingredients, 46 antioxidants, 36, anti-inflammatories, all the omegas, 3, 6, 9. Folks, people don't buy ingredients, they buy results. And so when I talk to people about the product, my personal consumers, I don't talk about I just talk about, moringa. And when I first started using the original moringa drink, within 4 days, I was able to come off of massive anti-inflammatory drugs that I was taking for a bad shoulder surgery. Maybe I should just show you the scar. Can you see that scar there? I don't know. That I'll have to edit that out of the video. The point being here is that for 8 or 9 months, I had been on massive drugs just to be able to move my shoulder. After 4 days, I forgot to take my meds. Now, let me tell you, that story is way more powerful than 36 anti-inflammatories, bioavailable, 100%. The ingredients do not sell. The stories, the testimonials, that's yours, and other people's stories is what you're going to use to sell the product. Now, second thing we do is we share our opportunity. And again, the key ways to share the opportunity, number one, is use the product. Product is foundational to the Zija business. If we didn't have such a great product, we wouldn't have such a great opportunity. So use the product. You're going to have to talk to people. Again, nobody's going to bank. Now, I will tell you, at some point in time, if you're driving a fancy car or something like that, somebody might come up to you and say, man, that's a really nice car. What do you do? meaning, what do you do to afford a car like that? That's possible. However, in the beginning, you're going to have to proactively go talk to people about your opportunity. And the way to get people to want to be part of what you do is not to spend a lot of time talking about the compensation plan, and you can get, double fast start commissions for 3 to 6 months, depending on how you get started. None of that makes any difference, okay? The stories, yours and others, of success in the business, that's what's going to attract people to your business. Now, we'll break it down a little bit more. Let's talk about using the products. Here's my recommendation to you. Use all the products all the time. Now, honestly, the average brand new person starting in Zeke, you can't use all our products. I use all the products, but I can afford to use all the products. In the beginning of my first multi-level, they had a number of products. I couldn't afford to use all the products, so I used as many of the products as I could. And then as my income increased, I added more to my, product consumption. The reason you want to use, all the products all the time is that the products you use will be the ones you have a personal story on, and that'll be the ones that you sell. For instance, and a lot of the fellas, they're not going to like this, okay? When I start talking about skincare, most of the fellas tune out. They switch off. They're thinking, oh, that's my wife's deal. Well, they don't sell any of the skincare. I use skincare every day, okay? Honestly, be honest with me. I think I look pretty darn good for 106 years old, right? Not really 106, but close. No, I use the skincare all the day, every day. And because I do, I can talk to people about the value and the benefits of the skincare and, what it's done for me. So use all the products, or as many as you can. Use them all the time. Develop your own product story. Talking to people. Now, the novice network marketer will sit down and maybe jot down a name, half a dozen names they know. The novice network marketing sponsor might say something to their brand new distributor. Go home, now that you're in, go home, write down a list of 200 to 300 of your closest friends and family, and then call me. Neither one of those works. Okay, first of all, average person, by the time you hit, 20s, 30 years old, statistically, at least 200 to 300 people by name. The problem is most people don't believe that or recognize that or immediately identify that. We think in terms of, the people we associate with on a regular basis. One of the things I've heard before is, I don't really want to talk to my friends and family. I don't want to bother them. Well, I agree. Okay, I'm not going to bother my friends and family either. However, if you're serious about your business, if you really care about your friends and family, you'll share this information with them. Think about it for a minute. If you just dropped, $250,000, to open up a restaurant or something like that, would you not tell your friends that you were in business and you had a new restaurant? If they showed up at your restaurant, would you tell them, no, I don't want to make money off of you. Please go to the other restaurant down the street. Their food's more expensive and it's not as good as mine, but I'd rather you go over there because I feel funny making money off of you. We got to get serious about what we're talking about here. This is a business. We got world-class products. If you're using the products, you'll believe in the products, and you're not going to have a problem sharing it with people. Now, other side of that coin is, I made a decision a long time ago. I was never going to be that guy that people stopped inviting to the barbecue, or to Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, don't invite Fred. He's going to pitch all of everybody on his, newest, latest deal. Okay? Don't be that person. Your job is to invite people to take a look. Okay? If they're interested, fine. If they're not, fine. Okay? That's it. I don't bug people. My neighbor, I saw her outside on a new treadmill she just spent several $100s on. Why? Because she saw pictures of herself and didn't realize how fat she'd got. Just the other day, she was telling me how good I look, because she's seen the transformation of my body. And I shared with her, one of the major things is this one particular product I've been using, AGX Men. We got an AGX Women. She didn't respond. I'm not going to carry it any farther. They know. Okay, they've seen what's happened over the years in my Zija business. I'm not going to bug them. They know. If they're interested, they will contact me because I've already extended an offer and an invitation. So don't be that person. Now, the professional network marketer knows how to create a large list of contacts so that we can have a large number of people to talk to in the beginning. And so your brand new distributor can be successful by having a large number of people to talk to. It's called a memory jogger. Now, first step in talking with people is create a list. I suggest you use a memory jogger to create that list. A memory jogger, I mean, there's lots of them out there. I have one that I particularly like to use. You'll find them on the internet. Your upline, if you don't have a memory jogger, your upline will have one for you. Or just reach out to me, okay? Give me a shout. I'll send you my memory jogger, but use a tool. Tools are duplicatable by the masses, okay? Techniques are not. And so the memory jogger, it's a simple little paper and pencil tool that identifies, 200-300 different types of people everybody knows. And imagine how empowering that is if your brand new person can sit down with this tool and in a relatively short period of time come up with a list of 78 people, whatever. They'll expand that list to the 200 or 300 or more people that everybody knows by name. The reason is real simple. Okay, in our business, our job is to share the stories of what happens to people that get on our products, to share the stories of what happens to people that engage in our business. And the reason we start with people that we know and people that know us is very simple. They're the people that are more likely to be willing to hear the story. If you think about it, what's going to happen if you walk up to a perfect stranger and say, I've got a tremendous story to share, would you like to hear it? Depending on where you live, they're going to walk away from you, they're going to call the police, you might get shot. You just can't do that. Whereas people that they're a lot more likely to be willing to hear the story. I do go into more depth on how to create a prospect list using a memory jogger. I've got a little training on my YouTube channel. I encourage you to go and check that out. That's kind of beyond the scope of today's training. Today is to create that outline. Go to youtube.com/Fred Holmes Egypt. And just go through. There's a lot of videos on there. Look for the one that's called, the list or making the list, and you'll get a little bit more details on that process. Now, the third step is of the system in talking with people is the presentation system. Okay, there's 3 steps to it. You can put this in your notes. Step 1 is the invitation. That's what you do. You invite people to hear the story. Step 2 is the presentation. Now make a note, you don't do the presentation. Okay, that's not your job. Use the tools for the presentation. We have online videos and audios and archived Facebook live presentations and DVDs, and we've got live meetings. You might have a meeting in your local marketplace. If you don't, we do live meetings on Thursday nights through the Zoom video broadcast. I do a Thursday night business and product presentation, 15 to 20 minutes long, depending on the particular night. But use the tools. Let the tools do the presentation. The third step is the validation. Validation is done by somebody besides you. Validation, typically it's in the form of a conference call or a video conference with your active engaged upline. You're looking for somebody besides you to be the one to document the product works, document that the opportunity works, and to share the stories. Now, those 3 steps, invitation, presentation, validation. Some of you that have been around for a while, maybe you've heard the phrases peak, pass, and plug. Peak, pique their interest, pass them to a tool, plug them into an active upline to do the validation. It's the same system, okay? The reason I use the terms invitation, presentation, validation is because the words make more sense to me, but it is the same system. In every system, that a successful network marketer uses will be very similar to that, and it's for a reason. It's designed to be duplicatable by the masses and and ensures success in prospecting. So, three-step system: invitation, presentation, validation. Invitation is what you do. Presentation is what the tools do, and then the validation is what your active upline does. Now, I want to share a couple of things that will be very helpful for the brand new person that you want to be teaching them. One of the challenges that everybody's going to have, whether it's their first day in Zija or whether, like me, you've been around for a few years, you're going to have objections or concerns that you're going to need to address. Now, in your notes, I want you to write this phrase: 90% opinion, 10% fact. 90% opinion, 10% fact. See, everybody is an expert on everything. Okay? I mean, example. Everybody's an expert on nutrition. We all eat, therefore we're all experts on nutrition. Now the challenge is that everybody's nutritional knowledge is primarily 90% their opinion and 10% facts that they're aware of. We all work for a living, so therefore we're all experts on how to create income, how to run a business. I mean, have you ever met anybody that was an employee that didn't believe that they had a better way than the boss to do something? I mean, that's not that uncommon. Now, here's the problem with that. Because everybody works for a living, therefore everybody's an expert on how to create income. Unfortunately, it's 90% opinion, 10% fact. This creates challenges for the novice network marketer on how to overcome objections. Give you an example. One example. If you have a good diet, you don't need weight loss products or nutritional products if you just eat a good diet. Okay, well, I mean, how do you respond to that? Okay, you can go into the facts, explain to them that in today's world we're consuming 2.5 times the calories we did in 1950. We've got the food chain has been dumbed down. You're getting much less nutrition out of a serving of broccoli today than you did 100 years ago. You can talk about all of the problems with artificial flavorings. You can go on and on and on. Here's the problem: is their knowledge is 90%, their opinion only 10% fact, and you're never going to be able to convince somebody against their will with facts. Same thing with income. Okay, how about this one? Oh, network marketing. Those things don't work. Ever heard that one? Or how about this? Oh, network marketing. That's those deals where only the people at the top make the big money. You can give them all the facts in the world. It's what is it? $168 billion industry last year. Okay, of the women in America that make over $100,000 a year, over 80% or 90% of them are in network marketing. I mean, you can give all the facts you want, but the problem is what they believe is 90% their opinion and only 10% fact. So you're not going to be able to respond to those objections using facts. Here's what I like to teach, because it is simple and it is duplicatable by the masses. Write this in your notes. Here's a little phrase: I don't know about that. All I know is, then a story. Okay, I don't know about that. All I know is a testimonial. And that works for all of those objections. If you have a good enough diet, you don't need supplements and that sort of thing. Well, I don't know about that. All I know is I've been using the Zija product now for quite some time. Within 4 days, I was able to come off of massive anti-inflammatory drugs that I needed, that I've been using for months after a bad shoulder surgery. I don't know about that. All I know is in the time I've been on Zija, I've lost over 35 pounds. I weigh what I did 40 years ago, in my early 20s. I don't know about that. All I know is my friend Amy was in a terrible car accident as a young person, had pain all of her life, and when she started using Seja product, within 30 days, she was able to stop using all the pain medication she was using. I don't know about that. All I know is somebody's testimonial. And see, here's the important thing to understand. You're not going to convince somebody against their will with all the information. Moringa, Miracle Tree, National Institutes of Health Botanical of the Year, most nutrient-dense botanical they've ever studied, 92 verifiable ingredients, blah, 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 blah. That isn't going to convince them. However, there is absolutely no way they can object or counter or dismiss the story, because the story is your story. And here's what you need to understand. We're only looking for the people that are looking for us. We're only looking for the people that wish they were in better shape, better health, on less prescription medication, better body weight, more active, better looking, whatever. We're only looking for the people that are looking for us. Who do you know out there would like to be in better shape, feel better, look better? Those are we looking for. And even though they present themselves as people that have objections that are hard to overcome, they really want to hear the stories. And it's the stories that will get them to want to try your product. Same thing with the opportunity. Multi-level. Those things don't work. Well, I don't know about that. I'm working with a guy named Fred. This guy's made several $1 million. He does it part-time from home. Well, I don't know about, multi-level. That's one of those deals where only the people at the top make the big money, which I've always thought is kind of funny. Yeah, duh. I mean, really, only the people at the top make the big money, like every place else. Who makes the biggest money at Ford? Come on, the guy that's putting lug nuts on the tires? No, only the people at the top make the big money. Difference in multi-level is you get to choose whether or not you're at the top or not. You get to choose that. That's a decision you can make. Only the people at the top make the big money. I don't know about that. I'm working with a gal named Dee Dee Shaw. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's created a 6-figure income working part-time, and she's a stay-at-home mom. I don't know about that, but I got in, and last week I made $87 part-time. Okay, stories, yours and others. Now, one last thing, and then I want to move on to what we do. Write this in your notes. Concepts versus techniques. Concepts versus techniques. See, I only teach concepts, all right, because true concepts remain constant over time. Techniques are going to change from time to time, from person to person, from situation to situation, based on technology or what have you. But the concepts will remain constant over time. Now, I'm going to encourage you to be real careful about getting caught up in teaching techniques. Techniques are, where do you go, who do you talk to, what do you do, what do you say? Okay, those are techniques. And everybody wants to know exactly where do you go, exactly what do you do, who do you talk to, what do you say? And the problem with that is, while you may have, a good technique, it's not duplicatable by the masses. My businesses, and this is now my third successful multi-level, have been built because I teach only concepts. The concepts are duplicatable by the masses. Our type of business, Seja International distributor base, is not based upon a handful of people doing spectacular things. It's based upon a lot of people doing a little. And because there's more than enough people out there that would like to make an extra $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 a week, there's a place for those of you that want to make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week to be the ones to teach, train, support their efforts. Okay, and if you want to have that huge distribution organization, don't teach techniques, teach these concepts. Now, do we do techniques? Of course, everybody's got a technique. Everybody does something unique about them that's based upon, for instance, me. Okay, I use techniques. One of my techniques is to be invested in video conferencing. Why? Because I can't leave the house. Okay, I have my 91-year-old mother at home with me, especially this past year. It's a requirement that she have round the clock care. Okay, as you can see, I've been up kind of late. So, I do certain things that enable my ability to do my business given my circumstances. Okay, others will have unique skill sets. Don't get caught up in teaching the techniques. It's not what works that counts, it's what duplicates that counts. So there's the concepts, the outline, if you will, of the Saturday morning fast start training. What do we do and how do we do it? We use the product, or what do we do? We share the product, we share the opportunity, we teach others to do the same. How do we do that? We want to use the products all the time. We want to talk to people, and so we have to have a methodology for developing a contact list. And then we want to tell the stories, yours and others. You can get more involved in detailed information. Go to my YouTube channel. There's a lot more training there. Teach a system: invitation, presentation, validation. New person does the invitation. Tools do the presentation, and the upline, somebody else, does the validation. And we talked, how to deal with objections. 90% opinion, 10% fact. Use this line. I don't know about that. All I know is tell a story. And focus on teaching concepts, not techniques. Concepts are duplicatable by the masses, and techniques are not. And all of this is designed to create an environment where everybody can get involved in our income opportunity. And the last thing I want to do, and then I'm going to take a moment and take some questions, is to understand what our business is all about. Our business, network marketing, Zege International, just like every other business out there. Okay, there's nothing special about our business. Our business, like every other business, is to develop a consumer base, people using our products and services. And be very clear about this. Okay, while your personal Zege business is tied to the company and the company's success, it is your business. It is your distributorship. Nobody in Zege at the corporate office is going to write you a check because you look good or you sound good or because they love you to death. It's going to be based upon production. So everybody needs to understand this. You are in your own business. You're in business for yourself. Now, the cool thing about network marketing is that you're not in business by yourself. For most people have never had their own business. Okay, and so they have no idea of how to do business. Most people have never been involved in a network marketing company, or if they have, they never saw any real results, any real success. So therefore, there's a great value to working with your active engage upline, people that can guide and direct you and support your efforts. Now, most people perceive the network marketing profession to be a direct sales type of business. And, that is part of what we do. Okay, we sell our products, and be very clear on this. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to get customers. Okay, now, the problem is if you approach this strictly as a direct sales kind of business, go out and get one customer, go get another, go get another, go get another, it is going to be, it's going to limit your ability to create a large consumer base, and certainly at a very quick pace. Now, the other component of network marketing is that we have leverage. Okay, it's very similar to like the real estate or the insurance industry, where you as an independent distributor, you can expand your business by developing other distributors to work with you. Teach them how to share the product and share the opportunity. And so this is where you get much greater growth, if you will, in your business. I figured this part out a long time ago. I can go get one customer, get another, get another, get another. Now I've got 4. Or I can go get one new distributor. And what I can do with them is I can teach them, and I'm going to help them get their first 2 distributors. See, what's exciting is I don't care who you are. Everybody knows two people that can do our business. Everybody does. Everybody does. Make no mistake about it. Everybody knows at least two people that can do this. And once I help my new guy or new gal get their first two, I'm going to help those two people get their first two. And now my new guy is going to have four people on their second level. And then I'm going to help those four people go get their first two, and there'll be 8 people on the third level. And then I'm going to help those 8 people go get their first two, and there'll be 16 people on the fourth level. Now, listen to what I just said. I didn't say my new guy is going to go get his first two. I said, I'm going to help him get his first two. And those first 2 people that he's got, I didn't say then he's going to help those first 2 get their first two. I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to work 1, 2, 3, 4 levels deep under my new person, as if I personally sponsored those people for a couple of reasons. Number one, my new person doesn't have a story. They don't know what to do. I don't want them to do anything. What I want them to do is watch what I do. So that I want to do invitation, presentation, validation. They're going to do the invitation. I'll help them select some tools for the presentation. I'm going to do the validation. And what's really interesting is once they see me do that on their first level, second level, third level, fourth level, they start getting confidence. They start hearing the same questions over and over, and how I responded to those questions, how I addressed those objections, following that simple system, keeping it simple. They become more experienced, more familiar, more confident that they can do it. Number two, they've got a story, because every time somebody came in, they made money. And so now they've got more experience, more confidence, and they are making money. Very interesting. They got a story. Now, it's important to understand that in our type of business, this is the real world. It's called the 80-20 rule. The 80-20, some of you are familiar with this. 80-20 rule applies in virtually anything that's a human endeavor. 80% of the productivity is done by 20% of the people. What my focus is to either create the story through my new person by building in depth, or I will find the person I'm looking for somewhere down the line. So I can start with one person. I don't need a lead generation methodology, because that one person that I bring in brings with them 100 or 200 or 300 other people that I don't know. And I'm not going to spend any money on somebody's lead generation program or training. All I got to do is get one person, because they're going to bring to the table 100 new prospects for me to work with as part of my team. And what my job is to teach them a simple system. Now, if you do the math, if we're looking for consumers, retail or direct sales, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 4. If I include in that and do that, okay, be real clear on this. That's what we do. I got customers. Everybody gets customers. But if we include in that the leverage that comes from developing a distribution team, start with my new guy, and then I get 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. If you do the math, that's 30 people. Distributors consume the product as well as customers. 30 consumers. And when you know how good our products are, isn't it likely that each one of those distributors is going to get 1 or 2 or 3 friends on the product? I mean, just gal loses 12 pounds her first month on ZJ. You think the other gals in the office are going to want to hear about the product? I mean, seriously. And so that's how we go from one person to 30 consumers, and then 60 or 90 or 120 consumers. And if you notice, nobody's selling the product. Okay, that's the beauty of network marketing. So anyway, what I want to do right now is I'm going to take a look. I got looks like Carmen raised her hand, and let's see. Great things, Fred. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, I was looking for a question, but I appreciate the compliment. Let's do this, folks. If you have a question, type it in the Q&A box or the chat box, wherever. I'll find it. Here's a good thing. Let's see what the Q&A box looks like. I don't think I've ever seen it. Open, answered, open, options, allow attendees to ask questions anonymously. Oh, guess what? You can ask questions anonymously. Easy for me to say. But certainly feel free if you have a question, comment, to something I can help with. That's why I set this up, so I can take, well, I went a little bit over this morning, 30 minutes to deliver the outline, and then the balance of the hour for, any questions or what have you. And interesting, I wonder who Go Givers is. Oh, I see Kate and Brian, always good to see you folks. Let's see, we got a different Kevin here because I see Kevin Steele. And let's see, Carmen Goebel. Okay, Carmen, I actually didn't mean to use last name. I want to keep people anonymous. You raised your hand. Oh, we got a question. All right, here we go. What's the best way to approach cold market prospects? Okay, very good question, Kevin. Don't. Okay, let me start again. Kevin's question is, what's the best way to approach a cold market prospect? I'm assuming somebody you do not know. My first answer is don't. Honestly, if you think about it, most people in Zija, if you ask their neighbors what they did, they'd say, oh, he's an engineer, he's an auto mechanic, she's a, brain surgeon, whatever. And it never occurred to them to say Zija, because most people haven't even talked to their neighbors yet. Why would you go talk to a perfect stranger that you know absolutely nothing about? And, and I'm sure you're a nice person, Kevin, but, do you care more about a perfect stranger being successful in their life than you care about your friends, your family, your coworkers, people from church, people from, the community organizations, Elks Club, the bowling league, the softball team, people from your, from the town you lived in before? Do you really care more about a perfect stranger than you care about those people? So my first answer to how do you approach cold market prospect is don't. Frankly, you don't have, unless you have a story, you have nothing to share with them. It's all theory. And why are they going to be willing to listen to yours, take the time to listen to your story when you have no credibility in their eyes? They don't know who you are. Okay, that's a tough row to hoe. And if you're good at it, Kevin, don't tell anybody, because you will blow out most of the people that'll be successful in your business. Okay. Second response to that, don't, again, try to sell your product or try to sell your opportunity to a perfect stranger. Okay. Develop a relationship. Find out who they are. Find out what they need. And when you find what their need is, then you can offer them a solution to that need, perhaps through our products or perhaps through our opportunity. Okay. Too many people go out there trying to pitch people on our products or pitch people on our opportunity, and that's not what our business is about. Our business is not about direct sales. Our business is not about recruiting distributors. Our business is about relationships and helping people achieve what it is that they desire, whether it be from a health and wellness perspective or a financial perspective or whatever. So, and Kevin, I appreciate your question. Okay. However, it goes beyond the scope of what we're talking about here, but feel free to reach out to me. I'll do more, and I hope you didn't take any offense to the way I did that. But honestly, I don't do cold market prospecting. I never have. Okay, so can't teach you how to make more money than I've made, other than doing exactly what I've done. Okay. Second question I got from Philip. Hey, Philip, how are you? Philip Seda, one of our top leaders out of Mexico and Ecuador, and expanding rapidly throughout Latin America. If you guys don't know who Philip is, you're going to. Okay. They did a blowout meeting in Mexico City with Jerem, I think about a week ago. Him and Livia is one of his partners. And so actually I was just doing a training with Philip's team, though I don't speak Spanish, but Philip does, so he did the translations. Let's see, hi Fred, how do you suggest using social media? That is an excellent question. Okay, novice network marketer. Philip Sada's a question. How do you suggest using social media? Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, Instagram, whatever the stuff is, okay? First of all, that is a technique. I don't teach techniques, I teach concepts. Here's the concept. Social media, and let's take Facebook for instance. Great tool because pretty much everybody you've ever met is on social media somewhere, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. If, our industry is full of stories of people that reached out to a friend they hadn't seen for 20 years when they graduated from high school. Best friends back then, paths go different. They reach out, they find a person, and they become, and that person that they haven't seen for 20 years, since they graduated from high school, becomes their first diamond, okay? Industry's full of stories like that. Frankly, the people that you're the closest to, your closest friends and family, probably aren't the people you're looking for, but they're a good place to start so you can practice, right? So one of the first things I suggest, do the system, get the list. Now you've got, for instance, one of the categories on the memory jogger, people that went to high school with you, people that went to college with you if you went to college, right? Well, people go, well, I have no idea. Sure you do. You remember your best friends from high school or from college. Write their name down. That's the objective of the memory jogger. So what if you haven't talked to them in 20 years? So what if you don't know how to get a hold of them? That's not the point. Write the name down. Now go find them on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, right? They're out there. Most everybody is on social media. Now, that's the first way to use that, is it's a way to get connected with people that you know, but you don't have a recent connection with them. Now, just like everything else, all right, I don't suggest you walk up to your friend and say, hey, I've got this great nutritional program. You're fat, you need this, you should try it, okay? You're probably not going to get very far. But when your friend's saying, man, I've got to get some of this weight off, my doctor says he's going to put me on medication if I don't. Well, I found something that's helping people lose weight and doing it really healthy, and it's economical, and it's helped me. I'm down now 20 pounds. Would you be interested in hearing about that? Now that's a good invitation, because you've identified a need and you've offered an opportunity to solve that need, and would they be interested? Okay, that is a great invitation. Now, novice network marketer on social media, they're going to jump on their Facebook page. First day they go, I just joined Zija. We've got the best healthcare products in the world. Lose weight, improve your health, get skinny, look good. Instant message me, inbox me for more information. What you've done is you've told somebody that you want to tell them about the product, as opposed to inviting somebody to learn more. See, I would never do that if I was a brand new Zija distributor. What I might do is, so thankful, in 4 days I've been able to come off of the massive drugs I've been on for 9 months. I feel great. Now, what's going to happen to the people that are following me on my Facebook page? They're going to say, what'd you do, Fred? Or, that's terrific, Fred. How'd you do that? Now I've got people asking me for information. Okay. So excited, made, $800 this month part-time. How about this one? Buying a new car with my extra income. Took the missus out to a fancy, take a picture of a bottle of champagne and a couple of big T-bone steaks. Took the missus out to this great dinner with my new sideline business. Don't give people just enough information that they can say no, but rather pique their interest so they say, what are you doing? Okay, that would be my approach on social media. Now, Occasionally I have somebody say, well, Fred, you've got Zija all over your profiles. Of course I do. All right, guess what? I can. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to be egotistical here, but think about it. I'm not going to keep, I mean, I'm a triple diamond. I'm one of the company's top income earners. Okay. I'm not going to get very far doing, you know, oh, I found a new part-time business. Ask me how. But if I was a brand new network marketer, I guarantee you, you would never see the word Zija on my my Facebook page or my Instagram or what have you. There might be Instagram pictures of me losing weight, doing some push-ups, okay? You know, close up in the mirror, something like that. You know, whatever. Product results, or maybe you know, the dinner that I took, you know, the missus out to, or you know, taking the kids to Disneyland, paid for. Paid for by what? My new business. You got a new business? What are you doing? Glad you asked. And then I would share a tool to do the presentation. Then I put them on the phone or a video conference with my upline. Philip, let me know if that answered your question. But that would be my response. Good. Kevin iPhone, I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. And again, you're free to welcome, you know, welcome to reach out to me as well. Any other question? Comment? Let's see what we got going here. Well, we got 3 Kevins today. All right, no more Kevins. You guys are going to confuse me. Okay, got another one here. And let's see. Oh, you're quite welcome, Philip. You're quite welcome. I answered that live, answered that live, answered that live. Okay. One more. Oh, you're quite welcome, Mary. Appreciate the thank yous and the positive comments, and let's take the advantage if there's a question or something I can help with. Let me make a couple of quick comments here, and we'll see if we got one more question before I have to leave. Folks, we have just completed cycle 1 of period 118. Okay, this is a really important time because we're just about exactly 10 weeks from the convention. We are also at that very unique point in time in the multi-level calendar. We are wrapping up the summer and moving into fall. Now, there's something magical that happens at this time. This is the time that the masses will start to focus on business. Some of the people that you've been talking to, maybe prospecting potential distributors or customers, now's the time to go back to them. Hopefully you've done what I talk about in the training on the list. And again, I encourage you, go to that. I mean, that's why I put those videos up there, is to make it easier to disseminate the, you know, what, 30+ years of experience I've got in this industry. Hopefully you've kept all those names in a journal or in a notebook, and you've made comments as to, you know, what you did originally, why they didn't start or whatever. See, everybody is now ready to turn over a new leaf. Summer's coming to an end. Okay, a lot of people are starting back to school now. So there'll be a lot of people that maybe didn't have time then, do now. How about this one? A lot of people are starting to think, you know, hey, we're getting close to the end of the year. All the goals, all the things that I had planned for this year, you know, 2/3 of the way through the year now, or almost, you know, 60% of the way through the year, I haven't accomplished those. People are going to start to be thinking about, hey, Christmas is coming up. How am I going to have the money I want for the holidays? You know, I need to lose the weight that I've gained over the summer, you know, barbecuing and partying and all that kind of stuff. This is a magical time in the network marketing calendar. You know, the months of September, October, November have historically been the largest production months in the network marketing calendar, second probably only to the first quarter of the year. Okay, and so this is what I'm sharing with you. The run up from now to convention, the next 10 weeks, can be the most productive months of your Zija career for a couple of reasons. Number one, now's the time that people are getting more focused to hear about creating income, you know, getting back in shape before the holidays. This is the time that your existing distributors are coming out of retirement, because one of the problems is the vast majority of our distribution team, this is their part-time home-based business. And since they're in their own business, they get the choice, since they're the owner, of allowing themselves to take a 3-month vacation. Now, their job only gave them 2 weeks, okay, but they gave themselves 3 months from their Zija business, but now they're going to be re-engaging, especially if you are. We've got a 10-month run or 10-week run up to convention. Now's the time to be talking to everybody about, have you registered for convention? Need to be there. I'm going to tell you that would be the most important thing you could do for a brand new person. Do whatever it takes to get them to convention. There is no possible way somebody can come out of our convention and not be fired up to go to work. It could be the most important thing you can do for your business. Another reason why the next 10 weeks are so critical. Anybody who starts as a new distributor now, or any old distributor, and think about this, you got people that have been around with you for a while, they haven't really been doing anything, you need them to get plugged in, get them to be, getting on the broadcasts, hearing the conference calls, get them excited about what's happening, because we've got about 10 weeks until Friday night. I think it's well, I'm not going to say it's cycle, end of cycle 2 of period 120, I believe, but don't quote me on that, okay? I don't have my notes in front of me. But we've got until that time that we get double fast start bonus, fast start commission for anybody that gets a gold or a diamond pack. Now, any brand new distributor starts with a gold pack, starts with a diamond pack, they're going to get double FSC, double fast start commission, 50% fast start commission for 12 weeks or 24 weeks, depending on whether it's a gold or diamond pack. Any existing distributor that wants to, get up and get running, they can do the same thing. If you buy a gold pack, you're going to have double fast start commissions for 12 weeks. If you go and get a diamond pack, you're going to have it for 24 weeks. But that promotion ends Friday night of convention, okay, the 25th or 6th, whatever it is, of October. You got 10 weeks left. 10 weeks left of what's been, without question, the most successful and prosperous, productive promotion that we've ever had. 27? Philip, 27? Okay, 27 what? I'm not sure. Anyway, looks like we're coming up to the top of the hour. Oh, October 27th. Thank you, Philip. I've been going for a while this morning. Philip says it's up till Friday night, the 27th of October. That's it. The best promotion we've ever had in the 9 years that I've been in Zija. The best promotion is coming to an end on the 27th of October. So all the more reason why you need to, be about the business of doing the deal. All right, well, looks like that's it for now, folks. I'll be posting the replay of this on the YouTube channel a little bit later on in the day. We're looking forward to Monday night. David Moses is supposed to be back from his Asian tour. I believe it's this Monday. Millionaires in Training Monday night, Facebook Live. I will be doing the Thursday evening business presentation, business and product presentation broadcast. If you're not on my email list, go to fredholmes.com, click on contact, scroll to the bottom of the page. You can sign up for the team newsletter. They call it my newsletter. That way you can get these email notifications. Go to YouTube, youtube.com/Fred Holmes Zija. Subscribe to the channel. I feel kind of silly saying subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my channel, and you'll get the notification when all the new training videos and presentation videos are up. And I guess with that, I see no more questions. We're going to sign off, folks. Have a great rest of your weekend. Let's go make Cycle 2 the best one we've ever had. See ya. I should find a way to have the same music going as we go out of the presentation as we do going in. What do you think? Next time, maybe. All right, folks, have a great weekend.